Parents, what spooky past life memory did your kid utter? I was not his only nanny, and he was consistent with these stories. Us nannies would get together and swap stories, and I would write them down because I had been fascinated with phenomena like past lives before this and wanted to see where it all went. He also described the house and neighborhood they lived in. This is especially interesting as this kid came from a super wealthy family and had never even seen the kind of housing or poverty he was describing. He also talked about living by the seaside. Months into this unfolding, we visited a seaside city on the other side of the country. One day a family member there was having a birthday party, so we piled in the van to drive over, and our driver got lost. This is pre-Google Maps and smartphone times. We ended up driving through this extremely poor neighborhood, and suddenly my little boy started shouting and screaming and insisted we turn down a couple of specific streets. He started pointing out the window and telling us things he was recognizing from when I was an old lady. It matched to what he'd previously described in general, and we were all so interested we let him direct us where to go as we were already going to be late for the party anyway. He accurately described what we would see round the next turn several times, but got extremely confused and upset when he got to where her house was because it was now a store. The driver leaned out the window and asked a nearby old person what had been there before the store and was told houses. We never went back there or were able to get any additional verification. Totally understandably, his parents were concerned about this storytelling and how vivid and strange it was, so after this dramatic incident we made an active effort to redirect him to other stories and play types. As he approached 3 he started telling less and less of these stories, and they got less and less specific. By about 3.5 he couldn't even remember telling us stories about being an old lady. He thought we were joking with him. To this day, over 25 years later, I can't explain it really.